Welcome back to Jimmy and the Pulsating Mass. This is Grandma Party.
And I'm Kamigino.
Okay, I just realized I was playing with something in my hands and I immediately had to drop it. I've learned.
Trust me, I'm always just looking at other things. I have Pick and Save, a little newspaper in my hand, reading off the deals and marking to myself, hey, I should go and check this out.
Okay, so last time I got some shit about not buying Thermal Bomb. Everyone's gonna get sick of Thermal Bomb.
Yeah, honestly, just get it right away and have Andrew carry you throughout this dungeon. I'm assuming you grinded a little bit?
I grinded a little bit.
Cool.
I figured out that if I grind a little bit, I can only show the fights I need to show, and I can do less, jarring cuts.
Yeah, similar to what I did with my LP of this. So I LP'd this a while back ago.
You did? How many videos long was it? It was like 75, right?
75, 76, and I did it in kind of a crappy way. Also, if you read that erudite little description thing, this game validates people so damn hard, and I love it.
Okay, so one of the questions I've gotten is what percentage-wise do you think I'm through with this game?
Main game or end game content?
We'll say
included.
Total.
Total, so including endgame, I'd say probably around 35%.
Oh god, I'm gonna be doing this forever.
It's not too long, and plus I kind of have a skewed version of that because I like to record for long periods of time.
I gotcha. Yeah, I was using your videos as like a gauge. Like, okay, how deep in it am I? Because we're like 25 out of like 75 videos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
About that. These are pretty interesting enemies. I know the Chatterbox. Later on in the game, there's an enemy that you can grift knowledge from, and they give little insights on various enemies. Apparently, the Chatterbox can talk in the past, present, and future all at once.
What's nice is I've got someone else who's played the game before me actually clipping the bookworms and saying as soon as we fight people, he'll post it.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, Solitaire's the man. He's doing a great job and helped me out.
Fun fact with the balanced equation, originally in the game, it was not a balanced equation at all. I assumed that it was a joke, but later on, Azumi, sorry if I mispronounced that, you can beat me up whenever. Yeah, he had to balance them out later on.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. When did he come out and say that?
That was an update a while ago, I think. I'd have to open up Steam, and I'm not sure how Steam would like me recording at the same time. So I'll get back to you. I'll probably just post a comment about it on what update day was that.
You got it. Oh man, we're actually getting the big plot.
Yep. Which is, how they frame this is really interesting. In comparison to what a lot of people might draw in real life about it. I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm not too familiar with the origins of the mask that they're talking about in game in comparison to real life.
It seems like neither are they, but it's definitely been here forever.
Yeah, and it only got a name in our real life when Hippocrates named it.
Secrets.
I don't remember the year he did that, but sometime in like 400 BC. Or BC, was it? I'm horrible with dates in geology, or geography.
Dates don't matter. It's just the sequences of events. If you can figure out what came before what, you're good.
Yeah.
Like, no one cares what year things actually happen. It's the progression of events, which is why I have such an issue with how history is taught.
Same, and I don't like how it's very skewed in what you learned. Like, the winners of war define history, and they've committed no atrocities, but that might be a little bit deep and controversial to get into.
It's a little bit deep and controversial to get into. I don't think we had enough time for that one.
Yeah. Fun fact with the Luna, you can only see the Luna because of the soul, because the soul shines so intensely, much like, real life, sun and moon.
Nice. Now, one of the things my wife was talking to me about is, Andrew's style of haircut.
Yes.
She actually referred to it as a Cul De Sac, and I loved it. It's got a Cul De Sac of hair.
I like the hair that you see him with later on. I think it's really awesome.
No spoilers.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's really awesome here. Look forward to it when you see it.
Oh man, I hope it's just this big, beautiful, curly mullet hawk. Just the hair I could never have in my life.
So these puzzles are really interesting. They start off very basic.
Yep, baby's first puzzle.
You have numbers, you have shapes, and later you'll get letters for some of the puzzles. The numbers are very straightforward. They represent what they represent. 1 is 1, 2 is 2, etc., etc. The shapes, you actually have to count the sides, not the amount of angles. And you'll see different shapes and objects.
Yeah, you get some weird ones.
Yeah. And then letters themselves are more dependent on the actual puzzle room. So we can get into those there. You kind of have a weird setup.
Wow, rude.
I'm sorry.
Listen, I like generating a lot of MP and getting stray beard hairs all over my shirt.
That's valid. I just generally tend to focus more on their niche and emphasizing it. So I'll just dump as much magic attack onto Andrew as possible because he's so good at it. I'll try to dump as much attack so that Jimmy can use skills and mess everybody up. Then Helga for support, and then Lars is just the best tank in the game, next to Jimmy, but even then, still arguably better.
He's got so much ability to take punishment, that poor boy. He works so hard, and all he gets is shit on.
Lars? I don't think he works that hard.
I mean, he's working hard at being Lars.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
He's being the best Lars he could possibly be.
He has to put up with a lot of, things mentally. Same with Helga, I feel.
Oh, Helga is the best Helga she can be, 100%.
Yeah, she's the best mom character, like bar very few exceptions. She's the strong female character done right. She's not the I'm a strong female character because I'm a girl that can punch things and I lift things. She's like, no, she's there, she's optimistic, she loves her family.
She's very much herself.
She's herself, she supports everyone, she's like the glue of the family. And she herself is she's up there in age.
She's like my age. Wow, rude.
She seems very young and very, full of energy and energetic.
Well, the problem is if she's too young, then it gets weird. But she's not that old.
Yeah, she's not that old. She's probably not in her 50s or 60s, but
if she does, she looks great.
Yeah, I would say oldest would be early 40s and youngest would be late 20s.
No way, she could not be late 20s. That's a little too weird for me considering Buck's like 17.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm saying the youngest would be that, or...
Impossible.
Actually, no, yeah.
I'm gonna give you a piece of advice, okay? Always start telling people you're older than you actually are. That way they go, wow, you look great.
Here's a piece of advice. When referring to a woman's age, she is 29 until she is in her 60s.
Oh no, I switched to that. Okay, never ask a lady how old she is. Just regardless, you just say you look great.
Yeah, she looks young. She's 28, 29, no matter what. You can see wrinkles, 29.
Catherine's switched to telling people that she is older than she actually is, so people go, you look amazing.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to do that.
She is. We're just adding up numbers.
I think I'm referring to the age that, because we try to break it down in the Jimmy and the Pulsating Mass Discord. We're like, hey, when does this game take place? How old would this be? How old would that be? Youngest that they would probably have had Buck was when she was 19 or 20, maybe 21-ish.
Oh, that's terrifying.
This one is one of the letter puzzles that takes a little bit of thinking to it. There's clarity.
Yep.
So C equals 1, L equals 2, etc., etc. And with all those red marks, that's just everything's adding together. So you want that L and that 2 to, that L and that 3 to add up to 5.
Yep. It stumped me the first time around, but we figured it out.
Did you use any of the wiki mural thingies?
I refuse to answer that question. A gentleman never asks and a lady never tells, and the same thing for vice versa. I'm just saying.
They change it up a little bit by adding blue arrows, which is subtracting. So two values get subtracted from each other to equate to the value that the symbol, number, or letter represents.
Yep. And that was the trick here. They never said that, we're going to add subtraction, and everything's been addition up to this point. Ah, it's a symbol of my people, Mazel Tov. I can't use that one regardless. The weird one up here is the boat. The boat has 9 sides.
Yeah. Which really throws you off when you keep counting for like the angle slash edges. Sorry. There we go. I'm also looking at some other stuff. Yeah. For the most part, you got everything done.
Oh wait, what are you looking at otherwise?
Oh, I look at everything because I have ADHD out the ass. So I'll literally just start looking at this TV box that I have in my room. Or I'll look at the remote, or I'll look at my phone, but not even touch my phone.
It helps.
Yeah. I guess.
No, even Blanche Devereaux still said she was 29. Actually, I think Blanche switched to 40. You know who I'm talking about, right?
I think I'm familiar, but I don't know exactly.
Oh, one of the Golden Girls.
Oh. I don't. All I know is B. Arthur.
Oh, B. Arthur's amazing.
And I think Betty White?
Betty White's another one.
Okay, cool.
The interesting thing is Golden Girls was filmed in the 80s, and they're all late 50s, early 60s, but compared to today, they're monstrously old.
For the ones that are living.
Well, no, I mean, even then, because, there's such a different standard of beauty back then. My mom has cranked her retirement fund into Botox for her face.
Yeah, I think... I don't know. Society's gotten kind of weird with all that stuff. Welcome to one of the best parts of the game.
Yeah, these little notes left for us by Punch Tanaka.
They're notes, but we also have dramatic recordings.
Because Jimmy can't read anything.
Jimmy can't read a lot of these things in this game, but I feel like with Punch he was just completely illegible.
Just drawn in crayon.
Yeah. I could imagine Punch trying to write in cursive, but he tries to make his own style of cursive, and it's just ineligible.
Illegible. No, that is me. That is absolutely me. I just write in a mix of cursive and print, and it's all over the place.
I do the same, but most people say, "Oh yeah, it's pretty clear."
They tell me, I should have gone to medical school. I'm not kidding.
Don't, because you don't want to kill people with how bad you write stuff.
Wow.
They write a single line and it's just like, oh, yeah, that means, fuck, I'm bad at medical terminology. It means, this exact prescription with this amount.
Yeah, it's just a prescription for drugs. Cammy, thanks for joining me. It's been a pleasure. It went really fast.